What is good, everybody? Welcome to Tactical Trades. It's the Tuesday show here with Investing Bros. Arby Piper here coming at you live today, looking at the chart, see what's going on. Can Bitcoin break 30K for the daily close today? We're going to take a look at the charts, dive in and check it out. I'm covering for Tim today. Tim is out taking a little bit of downtime. He had a long, late week last week. So every night he was getting off late. So he decided that since I was going to be here today, he was going to take a little downtime. As we say in the Army, he was going to take a knee, drink some water, and face out. But I'm not doing it alone. I have a battle buddy today, and it is my boy, T-Shroom. T-Shroom, what is up, my man?
Oh, man, it's good to hear your voice back on here. See on the screen. I have missed that background, and I've missed Bitcoin being back above 30,000, Piper. You're just good luck, my man.
Is that what it is? I come back and now all of a sudden, look, that thing did not want to work. All of a sudden, I'm the Bitcoin's down, I'm up. Is that what it is? So when I'm down, Bitcoin is been lonely, and I come back and Bitcoin wants to get excited about it. So, hey, I'm okay with that though. I got some good trades going, man. We're going to jump into some charts, but first off, T-Shroom, anything going on in the news world? Because I got to ask you this. I know you're doing better than you deserve, as always, but is there anything going on in the news world right now that we should know about?
No, it's a good question, Piper. And for the record, I am doing better than I deserve. But I'm not seeing a ton of news, but there are some things that are worthy of note here on the Twitters, which is the Federal Reserve is now requiring approval before state banks can issue, hold, or transact crypto stablecoin payments. So that is definitely a development. So I don't know how burdensome that approval process will be, or what a state bank is and how it's different from, say, a Goldman Sachs or a JP Morgan or just your bank on the corner. I'm not really sure, but that does seem to be a somewhat significant development, and it seems to be the first move from regulators in response to this PayPal release of their stablecoin. That definitely seems to be how that cookie's crumbling over there. And then House Speaker McCarthy demands President Biden release bank statements to provide he didn't accept money from foreign business dealings. So I doubt Biden's going to do that, but it puts the pressure on the Biden administration to try to convince folks to vote for him coming up in 2024. In case you didn't know, guys, there's an election coming up. So yeah, that's about it. If I see anything else, I will let you know, Piper. But until then, let's get onto the charts. Let's see what kind of tactics there have been and what kind of entries there might be ready for this week.
Let's do that. So jumping over here, guys, we'll go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. And I was talking about this stuff yesterday on Debate Crypto. And he found it very interesting. So I thought I would bring it up to you guys today. Let me go ahead and throw this on because I talked about it this morning a little bit, but I definitely showed this entire chart yesterday on Debate Crypto with Crypto Keeper. I was on there with CVO, partnership with MIM, who we're going to have on Investing Bros here soon. So when is he on? Tomorrow? Is he on tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Nice. So there you go. Let me pull up one more thing here. I need to pull up my halving chart. Where's my halving chart? There it is. All right. So here's my halving chart here. So those that have been watching this, I've been telling you guys about the Fibonacci channel, and that I'm watching for the 786 just to show you right now this $25,291, $25,300 range is really strong support going back into the August of 2022 range, the February of 2023 range, and then a retest of that here in June of this year. So I do think that we're going to hold above this line here and on the 786, which is that bluish diagonal line there. I'm watching for those to be where we really have our bottom support at. So even if we do pull back, there's some things coming up that we'll discuss here in a bit, but there's some things coming that could be some push down on markets in general, risk markets. So one thing I do want to point out here is we still, despite the pump, guys, this is a weekly chart. we are still sitting under the value area high, and that value area high has held numerous times back here historically. We had an entire month that we fought to get above this. That was where that 31,000 kept rejecting down. We're still sitting under that value area high right now at 30,500. So we're going to have to get above that. And we're going to have to hold that if we're going to get anywhere first right off the bat. Secondly, if we take a look here at the Gaussian channel, a little bit of hopium for everybody. And shout out to Bedridden, because I know that he was digging this yesterday when I was talking about this, when he went back and watched it on Debate Crypto. But this is the Gaussian channel, guys. And if we take a look at the weekly here, you can see that right now we just went above this last week, turning this green. Okay, now we broke out of it a while ago back here after tracing all the way down the median line. We broke above it. Now we've retested the top of it, got confirmation on it. Now we're going up this week, giving us this green section. If we go back and we look historically here, guys, this is going to be, oops, don't do that. Stop it. Let me go to the Bitstamp. Here we go. This is going to give us a little more history here. And I'm going to show you, this is the last cycle bottom back here in the 2019 range. Once we got above it here, we never broke the median line except for the row dump. This row candle is literally what pushed us through the median line there to hold that as support. And if we go back even further than that, look at the previous cycle before that, we can see here that we never even broke down to the top of it once we got above it out of the bottoming there. So if we take a look at where we are with Bitcoin currently, I'm feeling really bullish on it, but I'm going to give you guys some levels. One is going to be this median line here, which is going to be about 24,300 is going to be the median here on the Gaussian channel. Worst case scenario, guys, we come back down and we test the inside bottom of the Gaussian channel, which gives us a bounce there. Ironically enough, and I missed this yesterday on Debate Crypto, but if we go down to the bottom of this Gaussian channel, do you know what's down there, T-Shroom? Do you know? T-Shroom, do you know what's down there?
What's down there in the Gaussian channel? I do not. What you got?
At the $20,300 range-ish, there's a CME gap sitting right there, bro. There's a CME gap right there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be watching for if we do pull back into the Gaussian channel, man. So I just wanted to ask if you knew, T-Shroom, because that CME gap was a big topic of discussion going on, that's where everything is going to pull back to close that gap. We're going to gap down to it, if you will. But that would still be in the Gaussian channel, which would be very bullish on what we have going on here. So jumping back into the charts, I just wanted to run that by you, T-Shroom. Make sure you were plugged into the CME gap, T-Shroom, because everyone should know where the gaps are at, right? I'm just saying.
I agree.
Thank you. So yeah, if we come back down to this range here, guys, on this 20,300 here, and so if we do pull back into this, watch for that 24,300. And if we break that, look for a retest on that on the bottom side of that ring. And that will be bottom of the Gaussian channel is what I would be watching for. It would be very bearish structure for us to come down that low, but that would not surprise me if we went down there, closed the gap, and then climbed back up. But as long as we can keep this green, you can see it takes a while, even on the downside, coming back into it for it to flip. Guys, this is not just change overnight. This took, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks after we broke up through this for it to turn green last week. So this is very bullish to me, in my opinion. Maybe I'm a little excited about the Gaussian channel and that it's turned green, but historically it's proven to be something strong. One last thing I want to show you here, and this is looking at the hash rate ribbon. Let me drink some water here, guys. Drink water, take a knee.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, one thing that's drink a little water.
Take a break.
One thing that I want to point out here on the hash rate ribbon here, guys, that's this bottom indicator here. And what this is this is a capitulation for the miners. So when they shut off their mining rigs because it's no longer profitable, they go into capitulation, you get these gray dots here. When it goes into this lime green here, this neon green, that means that they are back in full mining mode, okay? And it doesn't always do that. Sometimes you'll see in here, this blue here probably on the daily had a green dot that printed in here before it went into it. But once this prints blue, things get very bullish. And if you look at this, it was this candle right here that said that we were doing this. Well, once we started going sideways here and all of this shakeout started happening, they started selling off again and shutting off their rigs because it was back under 30,000. For those that don't know, the next Bitcoin halving is going to be $30,000 Bitcoin difficulty level, which means that if whatever the price of Bitcoin is, if it's under $30,000, the difficulty for the calculations to take place and the amount of energy that it costs to operate that mining rig is no longer in profit. So it has to be above $30,000 at the halving or higher, or you will see this go back into capitulation again. So this last week here, a lot of miners cut off. We flipped back to green very quick in comparison to what we have in the past. So they have turned these back on, and as of let's see, July 17th, the week of July 17th. And so now we're back into here. Once I see us get a blue buy ring here, which it doesn't always do it. Obviously this here, they were mining on the uptick. And then once it dropped, they shut it back off again. And it went right back into capitulation. But once we get that blue buy indicator, it's going to be very bullish for us here on the Gaussian channel. Let's go ahead and jump in to lower time frames and let's take a look at what Bitcoin is doing on some lower time frames here. Guys, you can see here, Bitcoin, looking at a 4-hour chart right now. First off, let's go ahead and bring this up here. This is the new chart primes chart patterns, guys. And I turned them into red and green. That's fine because I don't have much red and green anymore besides dynamic reactor, stuff like that. But we now have this style select on the update, which gives a buffer. And I really like this buffer because it can tell you, yeah, we can hit here, but if it comes all the way down into, let me give you an example here. We're hitting here. It can come all the way down to here before it is actually not a fake out. It has to break out of this section to not be just a fake out. And so these little buffer zones are pretty nice for tracking the chart patterns now. But you can see we got this nice little falling wedge going on here. Looking at what we have, we just broke above it. And here soon, I am going to guess that we are going to go ahead and print our breakout target here and see where that goes to. Let me go ahead and see what I have that set to. Yeah, I have set the smart targets. Good. Check the wick and see if that does anything here. And then we should be good to go. Yeah, we got a breakout target and we hit it if we look at just the wick breakout on that red line, guys. So that is what I'm seeing there, that we already hit that target. And I will tell you what I'm doing with this here in just a moment. So taking a look at that, we wicked all the way up, guys, 30,200. We're going to be closing that down the markets here for the day, which it doesn't close. It just flips over to the next one, right? Yes, fake out prevention is what Crypto Trade said there. We are going to be closing the markets here in about 2 hours, I believe. So about an hour and 45 minutes. So Bitcoin's daily candle will close for the day, and that will be where we start the new candle. I do not think that we're going to be at 30,000 on the 1800, but I will not be surprised if overnight we don't retest that 30,000 and try to break through it. I think at 1800 this evening, we're going to be under 30,000. If we do break 30,000, it's going to be tomorrow. So before I get into anything else on that, I want to talk real fast, since I got T-Shroom here, about what's going on with the macroeconomic side, because there's some things that people need to realize. And I want to put this out on the table so you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing with my trades, which I'll show you in a second. So we have the CPI data coming out, right? T-Shroom, that's when? Is that Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Sorry, I haven't been plugged in like I used to be on that stuff. So, but I'm seeing some things, guys, that they're talking about. CPI data is possibly going to come in higher than expected. They're looking at like a 3.4. And if that happens, that would be a precursor indication to next month's CPI coming in at close to 3.8%. And that is what the Cincinnati Fed is predicting. So if that happens, we could see some drastic risk off pullbacks go on in the market. Mind you, shakeouts, it's all it's doing. It's not like it's going to go and set a new $14,000 new low on Bitcoin. But I want you guys to be aware of what's going on macroeconomically, because every time that we have that bad info, smart money pulls their money to other places that's safe. They want to protect their gains, right? They want to protect their profits. But it doesn't necessarily mean you need to get completely out of stuff. For example, trades. So you guys know my trade style is I do 2x longs and I hold those things for a while. And I got some really good entries because I closed them all out. I wasn't doing much trading. And you know, those that are shouting me out all the time and sending me messages, I appreciate all the love from you guys. Checking up on what's going on with my family member, my dad. For those that don't know, he's going through some medical stuff, and so that's why I've been gone from the scene for a bit. But now that he's kind of in a hold status, if you will, he's in a loiter status. He is going to be there for a bit. So I went ahead and got back into some trades. So check this out. This is what I want to show. Do you got anything, T-Stream, while I got you here? I know I'm just rattling on. I don't want to cut you out of any screen time here.
I mean, there's no doubt that oil prices have come back up. It's all I really need to say. You know, oil prices have come back up since the last print. So
it's true. Yeah, and that oil, we know that that's going to be an energy cost, and energy costs is an inflation cost. So there you go. It doesn't necessarily affect core inflation, but for those, you know, we have headline and we have core, but definitely will be in the headline inflation, guys. So let's jump back in here now, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing on some trades, because this is tactical trades. So let me jump in there. There's my right there, Army screen. There we go. At least I'm not leaving it off my screen while I talk about it. No, I've done that. No, I did that on a couple of episodes where I was sitting there talking and I wasn't back on my screen and everybody was yelling at me. Yeah, I'll throw shade on myself all day, man. That's okay. I'm confident in who I am.
Hey, with the temperatures getting as hot as they are, sometimes you need to throw a little shade on yourself. You heard me?
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. All right, so let's take a look here, guys. Let's go to my trades. So these are my trade accounts that I have. I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Link, and Doge. So currently, my Bitcoin trade, here's my long. Check this out, T-Shrimp. You're going to love this. This is my long entry on Bitcoin.
Wow.
This is my short entry on Bitcoin to protect my long.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's jump over to Ethereum. There's my long entry on Ethereum. Right there.
What's the date on that? When did you enter?
I entered this trade, I think it was yesterday morning.
Oh, okay.
This was Monday. Monday at noon is when this candle. So it was yesterday sometime. Okay. But yeah, I caught that hard. Let me read the chat here real fast. Coming back to the retest, crypto trades. It could be coming back to retest that breakout. That's very possible. Eric Wallen said Bitcoin has been disconnected from the macro. That is true. That is true. However, when risk off happens, that mentality, it affects everything, man. Everything. Matter of fact, don't be surprised if we don't see the T-bonds, the treasury bonds, become very attractive right in the window of that macro event happening, because that's going to entice people to take their money out of risk environment and put it into the federal government. And we know the Federal Reserve loves to get people's money. So watch for that. Ada Ace, yeah, you heard me. Indie Crypto Rock Crypto Peninsula's my boy with all the great music said Army Piper missed the F out of you. I appreciate it, man. Wanker is here to throw some shade if we need him, man. I am glad to have Wanker here. And see, I won't say Wanker, I will say Wanker, because I have a potty mouth, unlike my co-host Tim. So all right, so let me show you some of these other trades, and then I'll tell you the mentality and what I'm seeing on the actual indicator. We'll look and see how low these could go, and we'll take a look and see if there's a possibility for another long coming. So let's get into that. It's about we've been in here for about 20 minutes, so we got plenty of time. All right, so taking a look here again, guys. This was my my entry on my ETH, and I just got into a short on it a little while ago to take care of my profits off of this. Let's see here. What else I got? I got XRP. XRP actually in the negative on my short right now a little bit. It is. Let me see here. What's the percentage? Let's see here. XRP. My XRP is down here. I'll just pull this over. I ain't got nothing to hide. You guys can see my stuff. Let's see here. XRP is down 0.45%, but it is up on my long 7.9%. My Ethereum is at 4.83. My short is at 0.05. What else here? Bitcoin is at 6. Well, we need you to change, guy. This 6.66 is not working. I'm going to need you to be like 6.67 or 6.65. But my short on Bitcoin is up 1.63, and then my link is up 10.5. My short on link is up 0.64, and then Doge is up 0.74 on my long and up 0.11 on my short. So I've got one trade right now, which is XRP, that is not complying with being in the profit on longs and shorts. So Luigi Fibonacci says, and I quote, what's up, brother T Shroomski? Why did Bitcoin cross the road?
Man,
Do you know?
I'm curious. I'm curious.
All right, Luigi, we're gonna jump back into the charts. You drop that knowledge bomb for us, and we'll come back and address it. I love it. I'm also going to look at a couple of stocks here in a minute, T-Shroom. If you want to go ahead and pull up Google and maybe like one of the big energy, because I got to check and see what's going on with Google and Amazon for my trades, because I bought a bunch of stocks. So
yeah.
Wanker said he's down 50,000 US dollars. Wanker, you should have been following me a long, long time ago. And you could be like crypto trades, because I taught him how to trade and now he's rocking it. So, and like, who else is there? Bedredden and Elo Brown. And, I got all these guys. They're all doing good. It's all about risk management, man. Risk management, good indicators. Matt C, super chat, $50, bro. Thank you so much, man. Great to see you back in the captain's chair, Piper. Sending warm thoughts to your dad. I appreciate you, man. Much love, and we appreciate that here. What did the buffalo say to his child when they went off to college? Bye, son. Very funny. Here, wait, hold on. There we go. Sound effects are back. All right. So XRP, my only trade that's down. Here's my entry on Link. Let's go here. Grab that. There we go. There's my entry on Link, that L2X right there. And then, if you're talking about your hodl bag, bro, patience and time. That's all that fixes that. It's like heartbreak from a woman that, ripped your heart out of your chest. Patience and time. It'll heal over time, man. That's what crypto is. It's just the other woman. So this is my short right now on Link, and this is my long on Link. I literally caught the bottoms on almost all of these minus the wicks. So it was beautiful. And then here is my Doge long and my Doge short that you guys are looking at here. I got in on Doge right here at 0.073 cents, that line right there. And now I'm on a short on Doge, and it's just under my entry of my short. So I am expecting to pull back sometime this week, and I will keep watching this short and this long. This long will keep making profit if it goes up. So whatever this short is minus on my account, my long will be covering it. And then I will just look at getting, like say we come all the way up here on Doge and we hit this upper resistance line here, upper support line, which is now resistance of the predictive ranges here, and this trend assist. Well, if we come all the way up to this and we start to reject off of that, then I will look at go ahead and moving my short up in position there, and then I will just take all the long profits to pay for it. Which will be only a portion of it, and I'll still be in profit on this. So that's what I'm looking at. Clean Spark is what Eric Wallen is wanting to see. So let me go over and let me pull up. I want to do try to figure out where we're possibly looking at on Bitcoin for levels right now, and then we'll go into the stocks and talk about a couple of stocks for people. Yeah, it is very possible, like Crypto Trades was saying, that we could be coming back to retest the breakout of this wedge here, guys. If you take a look at this wedge here, a lot of times once we break out of them like we did here, we will come back and retest that line before continuing up. So that will be one point, and let's go ahead and see what that's going to look like here. Thank you right there. Let me bring in my oscillators. Yeah, so that would be looking around 29.6 for the retest on that one. Just so you're tracking. Indie Rock Crypto said, did you get shaken out of Palantir?
Probably asking me. No, I bought more. I bought more.
You averaged in your price. Good job.
Yeah. Well, I got it at a really low price when I initially bought into it. Yeah, so I'm doing okay. I was doing okay enough on it to not have to sell.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, did it start off as a trade and turn into an investment? Yes, it's tale as old as time. But the thing is that it's an AI name, and I didn't realize that initially. And it's an AI to defense, so I think I'll stick around.
Sort of. They do have AI software, but they have analytics software more than AI right now. Like I said, we used it in link analysis when I was in the 2 stories down in Washington, D.C. doing stuff that I can't talk about. So, but yeah, Palantir is a great software. I actually really enjoyed it. So, let's see here. Bitcoin coming in here. So yeah, the retest down there about that 20.
Back to your screen.
29. Perhaps. Yeah, 29,600. Hey, see, I told you. AMP might have a good run because they're involved heavily. Let's go ahead and let's tag that one because we're going to look at that one. Nancy Croy, thank you. I'm glad to be here. Brian D, hello, good people. Clean Spark, I'm going to put that in here, my favorites. And there we go. AO Doge said, hey, someone gifted me a membership. Thank you. You're quite welcome, man. We've had some great love being handed out by the members, giving people some memberships. So that's probably where that came from. Also in line with this wedge top here, guys, we do have the dynamic reactor coming in right here, coming in at about 29,400, and we do have the volume flex reactor coming in at 29,500. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to come over here. I'm going to set an alert right here in this range, and that way I'll know if we do get a breakdown there into those. If we touch it, I can come take a look at the chart, see what's going on with that major support there. There is an order block down here with medium liquidity. Not overly concerned with that, but you can see that there was some resistance here getting above this prime range here, and that is going to be here at about 29,160. So let's go ahead and drop one there also. That way, if we do break below the support of the dynamic reactor and all that on the 4-hour, we can also check there. For the upside, guys, right here, this blue line is going to be the delta for the predictive ranges there. You can see there's the delta. There's your trade band right there. 70% of the time, we trade right here in this. And guess what? That's where we're staying at, is in the lower half of this under the delta. You can see rejection here, lots of fighting there on it. That would be a good point of rejection. That's going to be coming in at 30,300. So be looking at that, and then H-bar added to the list. Gotcha, man. That is going to be there. And then we do have the previous high back here on this wick up, which has a very high order block here, guys. That's going to be coming in right here at 31,673. So 31,673 for the number 2 resistance up there. We're looking at 30,300 for the main resistance, and then I already told you these 2 down here that I put those in on for the dynamic reactor and for the previous range there that we had. So my order block, that's what I'm looking at there, and I think that's it, man. Adam Degata, you're welcome, brother. Thanks for being here, man. Guys, don't forget, hit that like, subscribe button if you're new here and you haven't watched the Investing Bros before. This is Tactical Trades. We do this every Tuesday. It's normally TA Tim, and he comes in here and he throws out the alpha on the charts. I don't know if you guys have seen the Alabama boat incident. Absolutely beautiful thing. You haven't seen it? Had a security guard got told some people they had to move their boat, and this, Chad and his looking, showing off with all the girls in his boat, decided that he was going to or Ken, I should say, not a Chad, he's a Ken, decided that he was going to jump this security guard. Security guard happened to be a black guy that owned the boat. The Ken happened to be a white guy, and it was a one-on-one fight. Everybody was good with it. People on the boat were all cheering and everything. It's in Alabama. Very large population of African Americans on there cheering on their fellow brother as this one-on-one fight took place on the pier. And then all of a sudden, like 8 white dudes jumped in and started beating the guy, and people started jumping off the boat, and it became this whole blown out fight. Well, the FAAFO has been going all around as a hashtag, F around and find out. So now I'm hashtagging everything with TA and find out. So TAAFO. So that's how you want to know what's going on the charts. You can join us here every Tuesday for some TAAFO, and you can TA and find out right here on Investing Bros Tactical Trades. So there you go. Long story for a very short message.
I took the ride on that story, man.
Thanks, T-Shrew. Welcome along to the ride. But yeah, if you guys take a look in the morning time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, T-Shrew and Tim, and sometimes myself, I'll be on there this Friday, but they are bringing you guys the news, the market updates every morning. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe. You're going to like it here. It's a good place to be. Yes, Indy Rock, you got it. Love it. FAAFO. It's TAAFO though for Tactical Trades. So there you go. Right there it is. I have an announcement, by the way. I have an announcement.
Announcement?
If you don't have Chart Prime and you've thought about getting Chart Prime, right now, it's only going on for like 2 or 3 days, guys. And Crypto Trades, let me know in the chat if I'm incorrect on that. But I believe it's like 2 or 3 days. You can get a trial for 1 month on Chart Prime for $1 for the first month. $1. $1. It's only going on for 2 or 3 days. And this is not even announced yet. But if you guys go down in the description below and you click the link down there, you will sign up with the Investing Bros link, affiliate link, and that will help support the show and all the beautiful knowledge that you get from us. But it will also get you Chart Prime for an entire month for $1. And if you like it, and yeah, right now. That's it. So yeah, go down there and check it out. You guys can get it for $1 for your first month, and then you'll pay, the normal quarterly or monthly, whatever you decide to do. But normally in a month, if an indicator is good, and then you get all the classes and you learn how to use it all. And by then you should know that you're going to make money on it, because that's what happened to me. I started using it and I went, holy crap, I'm never going back. So, yeah, so there you go. Use the link down below. First month, $1, guys. You're going to absolutely love Chart Prime if you don't have it. So that's what you need to do. I promise you, there's nothing on the market like it. It's the absolute best. So, let's go ahead and check out the stocks. I know you got some stocks pulled up there for us. So, T-Shirt, what do you got for us?
Okay. Yeah, let me hop on over there. I was not ready for quite such a quick transition. You are muted, my friend. But I will go ahead and pull up what I'm looking to here. All right.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Taking a look here at Palantir, you can see that I've got some lines drawn, and right off the bat, you can see that we have gone down below that uptrending line of support. And while we did not close down below it on the 4-hour, it is a little troubling that we slipped down below that. So it's something to watch, something to monitor. You haven't quite seen these red histograms come back in the direction you want to see them. And you do have the Oscillator Pro here from Chart Prime getting down below that 0 line. So you have something to worry about. You've got something to keep you up at night there. But I would say that this is buy season, not sell season for Palantir. Not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. with my coins over here. Let's see. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla's been having a hard time, but it too is kind of getting into more of a buy season than a sell season, in my opinion. So taking a look there, let's get I have it set up on my other computer, but I have not turned on what I would like to see here quite yet. Let's let that load. But yeah, overall, Tesla's been getting beat compared to the mega cap tech stocks. I'm not exactly sure what it is, other than the fact that there's just a little bit of hate, more hate than usual for Elon out there these days, and also there's just a lot of EV makers.
It's because I bought Tesla. It's because I bought Tesla. That's why, T-Shroom. I put a lot of money. I put a lot of money into Amazon, Google, and Tesla. And guess what? Amazon and Google are been just pumping like crazy, and Tesla is eating up my profits and losses. So it's my fault. It's my fault.
Yeah. Well, with something like Tesla, you can probably DCA and get a little bit of better of an entry. But there we go. But what I'll say here, the big sign of hope is that we haven't put in a new low yet. We certainly haven't closed a 4-hour candle in a new low. The low back here put back in June 26th, down at 241, has not been put in yet, has not been beaten. But what I will point out is that there are some gaps. There's a gap down here, and I've got an alert set for $235 per share for Tesla. So, that's something I'm watching out for. Now, what is that alert for? It's not a sell alert. That's a buy alert. Kelly Kellum in the chat saying, what up, what up? He's coming in here to get some tasty insights on Tesla, I'm sure. No. But Kelly, I've been loving your music, man, on Twitter. He's been showing his diversified approach to life. He's not just a man of the charts, he's a man of music as well. But here we're dialed into the charts, so let's keep on pumping. That was Tesla, guys, on the 4-hour. Let's go ahead and zoom out to the monthly. Yes, this is going to be quite a jerk out, but let's also turn off let's just leave them on for now. Taking a look here at the monthly chart, you can see that the midline of the Bollinger Band here for Tesla has not quite gotten fully penetrated to the downside, right? So it made a move up back in June, stayed above it, closed above it in July, an entire candle, and the wick not even touching it. But now it's kind of testing back in, and it's not too far currently from where that midline would be, only 3% off. So really just 1 or 2 bad days away from going back down below that midline of the Bollinger Band. Now, how's Blockbuster doing? Is that supposed to be a reference because we're looking at stocks? I'm not sure. But I'm not going to look at Netflix. But one thing I'll point out here for Tesla on the monthly chart is that the MACD lines are curving very bullish, getting a nice low swing here on the blue line, and the MACD histograms also coming in very, very uniformly and predictably to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if August actually closes a green histogram. And certainly September will more than likely do that based on kind of the momentum that's being set up here. We could also see the line here, the Oscillator Pro, get up above that 0 line and turn bullish and make a much bigger smile on Piper's already big smiley face from all the gains. So Piper, what are you seeing on the charts maybe that I'm missing? What are your thoughts here?
So on this little this little oscillator right here, T-Shroom?
Yes.
This Chart Prime Oscillator Pro. If you go over there and hit the gear on that, we actually have a new oscillator in there. Go up to the top there where it says Oscillator Select. Nope, Oscillator Select.
Okay.
Go down right there.
Okay.
It is the MVP oscillator. It is brand new with 3.2. And we've got a little flip going on there. Coming out of the bearish mode back into bullish. So just so you know that's there. So yeah, that is there are now 3 indicators in our Oscillator Pro now, 3 different oscillators. So absolutely beautiful stuff. So it's nice.
I rest my case on why I am not too afraid of both what's happening with Palantir and with Tesla. I'm both buying both of those names. Not financial advice. You do whatever you need to do with your dollars. But I think of the last one I'll look at it has done really well, but it still has some potential, which is Amazon. Man, if you take a look
Yes.
here,
Love this chart, T-Shrew.
back here in June, before it crossed over the Bollinger Band, or it might have been just after, I was thinking to myself, man, all of these names, because this is when I started looking at the monthly Bollinger Band. Guys, this has kind of been my thing over the last couple weeks. Most people in the chat right now probably already know that, but taking a look here, it was just so predictable because it was going to follow in the footsteps of Microsoft, which went all the way up, crossed the midline of the Bollinger Band, went all the way up and tested the top band, right? And Apple, right? Which, by the way, probably very, very delicious buy. I picked some Apple up, but I'm not going to cover that because it's kind of obvious. But going back over to Amazon, which isn't quite so obvious, it's been on a tear. And I think at this point, I'm less likely to put money into Amazon just because I think that the upside is probably good. But the thing is that there's more upside for Tesla, in my opinion, from where Tesla is right now. So that's going to be my TA. I could do more. I could do less.
On that Amazon right there, that median of the Bollinger Band there, what's that coming in at right there?
Price wise is $121 per share.
Yeah, I would be watching for that to be tested as support if we do have a pullback for risk off of CPI data, just so you're tracking.
From the CPI data,
yeah.
In fact, sure. I like if we go back to Broken, I'm curious what you think about this, Piper, because one pivot that I've been making with my strategy of overall my portfolio is when we're having these highs, is I'll sell 25% of the entire position of what I'm in. And I'm thinking right now, if I applied that same logic, and I probably wouldn't pull the trigger on this until Wednesday market close or 2 p.m. Wednesday or maybe Thursday, but I'll be on vacation, so I'm not sure. Is to go ahead and shed some equities, just in case we do have a pretty gnarly CPI print and you see a big move to the downside. You're able to kind of limit the downside exposure that you have. So what are your thoughts on that? Should you do something like that in anticipation of a big bearish event, or are you going to hold on to what you got and just ride it out?
Well, there's two ways that you can do that there, man. Your way is absolutely, no one's ever gone broke taking profit, and dry powder is always good to have, always. If it's on something like a stock, absolutely do that, because you can't really short a stock without going into options and calls and puts and playing that whole game, which gets very dangerous and costs you a lot of money because you pay all the money at the end, and you can even go beyond liquidation and owe money. So, and get the rest of your account frozen. So playing calls and puts on stock is very dangerous. On crypto, shorting it, you hit your liquidation, right? You learn risk management and you pick up some knowledge and you go drive on, right? But with stocks, yeah, take your 25% profit, man, and have some dry powder. Like I said, no one's ever gone broke taking profit. I wish that I had taken more of it last cycle. I was waiting around for 100K like everyone else. But this time I've definitely learned my lesson that I'm going to be watching the charts much closer. And I'm telling you guys, you will hear me tell when I'm taking 10% out, another 10% out, another 10% out, all the way up. So stay tuned. That's going to happen. Me personally, I did the other option that you can do on that is literally just hedging against it. So I think there's going to be some downside. Why not freeze everything right now? Even if I'm wrong and it keeps going up and I close out, my long has covered my shorts that I've lost money on. So I didn't lose any money. I just didn't make any profits from that point on. So, but right now, I mean, everything's in the green. So, I mean, it's good, except for XRP. My XRP is the only one that is not green, and XRP is continuing to move. So, let's jump over there. We got about 15 more minutes here time on the interview. So let's use up about 5 or 10 of it. Look at a couple more charts, and then we'll get out of here and wrap it up. So cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP. Do that. Yeah, do that. Let's take a look at XRP and see what's going on here, guys. XRP may be God. So let's drop this down here. So I'm looking at the 4-hour XRP here, guys. And what we have here, I want to pull up MATS. This is a free indicator from Chart Prime, by the way. That is this line right here. Yeah, we're above the MATS line. That is your moving average trend sniper, not to be confused with the Piper sniper, totally different thing. Moving average trend sniper, we're above it right now. It's turned back to blue. So we do have that there going on. We are continuing to move up, but right now, guys, on the 4 hour, we are hitting the trend assist. You can see like all the way back here, this said, hey, we're looking at downside, retest there. Now we're retesting it here. Could this be where we get a rejection to come back to the 50% on the Fibonacci, or is it going to break through it? Let me get rid of my drawings. Break through this and come back up to retest into the golden pocket. That would be the question right now. So I'm going to be watching it closely. I'm going to hold my short, though. I'm not too concerned about it. It's less than 2% in the negative, and everything else is more than making up for the profits on it. So, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be watching there. This trend assist is getting hit. We do have the dynamic reactor coming in here at about 6.6 cents. Let's go and take a look at Clean Spark, and then we'll get into this list because I had some people ask for some stuff. So let's go look at Clean Spark. Come here, Clean Spark.
I like
right
this
there.
new oscillator look. This new oscillator is clean.
Dude, it is very clean. I'm loving our developers. They just keep putting out new stuff all the time. So and that was that new oscillator, just so you're tracking here. Let me drop this down again. So we have the chart primes, the original oscillator, which you guys have literally seen me make trades on this thing without anything up here at all in candles. That's how accurate it is. We have that one. By the way, go in and turn your bands on and your band breaks on yours, T-String, because you didn't have that on. You're going to want that cloud back there. This is the Trend Fusion. Money flow on Clean Spark still buried here, guys. Still buried, but we did get a peak here, and we do have a reversal on Clean Spark on the 4 hour. So that is a little bullish here. We got the reversal indicator here, and we got the reversal indicator here, pulled from two different sources of data. So there's that. We also can go in and take a look at what's going on with the original prime oscillator. Prime oscillator, very tight down here in the cloud, starting to break out of it. A lot of times when the cloud is this tight, it is very possible for us to pull back into the cloud again. So be careful for that. That would mean that we're probably going to reject here, like somewhere on the dynamic reactor, and come back down if Bitcoin cannot keep up its pace. If Bitcoin comes down, miners are likely to come down. But as I showed you earlier, we are sitting here in the green. If this turns back to blue and we get a blue over here, then I would be very bullish on Clean Spark continuing its way up, just so you're tracking on that. Matter of fact, let's take a look here and see how we're looking on lower time frames, because that's a weekly. Okay, we just hit a green one then again there. Let's look at the 4 hour and see how. Yeah, we're not getting the buy indicators at all on here, man. Like all of this is just capitulation, shut off, and then operating back to full. So we're not even getting the blue buy indicators. So I'm that's what's going to make me very bullish back on the mining companies. So, and then lastly here, the new MVP oscillator, and let's see what we're reading on here. Yeah, we did just turn it back blue here, coming back into some more bullish stance on the oscillator there. Come on, dots, get off there. Having Tim OCD going on over here. You can see here, once we had it twist here, we had this little run up here. Here we had it twist to the downside. That led to all of this. We did have a little period here where we twisted, and that was this pull up and then back down, doing a little loop-to-loop there. Another one here, again, small pull up, didn't really lead to much right there. But now we got another one. Could this be another run up and back down for another ribbon twist? Remains to be seen. RSI primed wise, guys, we broke well below the 30% here. Looking at it coming back up. I do want to check one other thing here. Let's go to daily. I'm going to go into the RSI primed. For those that don't know, this is an RSI that we turned the line into candlesticks so that you could do things like engulfing candles. Look, hey, look, engulfing candle here, guys. Patterns, downside. This is a reversal, and that's what it did. So really cool thing that you can do with it there. It's absolutely free. Just go in, type in chart prime, all one word, and you'll see RSI primed. Add it to your chart. You'll appreciate it. Thank me later. But right here, jump on RSI primed. We're going to drop this on Heikinashi, and I've got it on a daily, and I want to see where we're sitting at here. Yeah, we're down in the 30 on this, guys. And if you take a look here on Clean Spark, how it's played out historically when we're down here, down, up, right? Come down here again, bottom, up. We're down here again, but this candle right here on the Heikinashi, guys, it will start to get flat if it's not that much. See here how it went flat the next day? See here how it went really flat before it moved up? This is not looking very flat to me. This could come all the way back down to here, which tells me we could come down to test this dynamic reactor all the way down at 450 on Clean Spark. That's what I have there for Clean Spark. Yeah, I know. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys. Just so you're tracking, I did move out of my Clean Spark out of loss and went into MicroStrategies. So
there you go.
Yep.
Why in the heck would you buy MicroStrategies? What is the thought there?
MicroStrategies normally outperforms Bitcoin on the moves.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep, absolutely does. So it was a way for me to not be equally diversified to picking one mining company. But MicroStrategies doesn't really have any competition. So, all right, let's go and look at the other one that I had here. It was AMP. Let's go check out AMP.
Yeah, I'm curious to see AMP because it got shouted out in this morning's live stream, but Tim was kind of laser focused this morning, so he didn't branch out into that.
All right, guys. So you see here this trade band here, the predictive ranges right off the bat. This is on the daily here. I just want to show you this before I get into that. The bottom trade band is where everything is holding out here. This is your delta. That's your 50% line, okay? Let's go check out the 4 hour and see what we're looking at more locally. Come back in. There we go. Okay, so right now we're hitting all of the action here, guys. All the action's playing out. We're sitting right here on the dynamic reactor as support. We've got the volume flex reactor sitting right below us. We're still riding this green trend lined up. You can see here we tested it, stayed above it this whole time. So trend line's still green. We did have the reversal dot here, peak seeker on the indicator. We did have the bullish divergence. And on the Heikinashi here, we did hit the 30% down here, and it's coming back up for the RSI primed. We're also sitting, where are we at here? Yeah, we're in the bottom of a symmetric triangle here, guys. If I turn off turn off this, well, I guess that's going to be the same one. Let's turn off this. Disabled. There we go. Turn off the order block. You'll see right there. We're going to be looking at it's all in the same stuff. Okay. Right here's the red. Right here's the green of the symmetric triangle. We're right now in the buffer zone of the symmetric triangle. This could be breaking to the downside. If we break out of this, look for a retest for an entry. However, because we are still heading up here, the cloud is moving up on this, and this is moving up. I'm a little more bullish than I am bearish. And let's check out the trend fusion so I can see money flow. Thank you. There's money flow. Money flow. It looks like it is covered by a bunch of drawings. There we go. Money flow is coming down, guys. Man, this is a 50-50, but if someone said, gun to your head, Army Piper, put a bet on this right now, I'm going to go ahead and put that this is going to break to the downside, guys. Just because money flow on the 4 hour is coming down. Look at the daily. Daily is still, look, rejection off of the dynamic reactor and the flex reactor numerous times there. And money flow is up here at the top, but it's over. It's done. Like, look at the RSI. It's still got downside to come. So, yeah, if I had to say anything on that, I would say probably downside coming on AMP. Of course, that can all switch as soon as, Bitcoin decides that it's going to rally, and regardless of everything else. So, let's go look at H bar here, and then I think that'll wrap it up, man. Yeah. That'll be it. This is the last one, guys. So looking here on H bar, put it back to the 4 hour. Gia S, welcome. Matt, thanks for joining us, man. You have a great evening too, Matt. See, I appreciate you, bro. Let's take a look. H bar here. We are right now. We did just have about 8 hours ago a rejection here, right on the upper resistance band of the predictive ranges here. We could be heading back up to try to break through that right now. Money flow still high, and it hasn't been up there that long on the 4 hours. Just now getting up there, and back in here. So that was where it started pinging the top of that. We are getting a little high on the RSI primed, but if we look at the daily, getting up there high on the daily also. If we take a look at the other oscillators though, and then we'll go ahead and throw on some fibs on there real fast, and I'll see how that's looking. Come here, you. Prime Oscillator Pro, go. Prime Oscillator Pro, we still have some room to run up here before we get into the bearish zone. And if we take a look at what we're doing on the fast movers, slow movers on the MVP, we will see that, yeah, we're still green. This is still looking good, guys. H-bar still has some room to go here. We could be coming up. Had we not came back up on this candle here after this double top on this line here, I would have been like, hey, yeah, we're going to be heading down. But the fact that we're coming back up to test it again, it's the Sheldon effect, guys. I talk about it. The more times you knock on the door, the more likely it's going to open, just like Sheldon and Penny, right? So let's take one more thing here. I want to turn all this off. Goodbye, chart prime indicators. Thank you for your service. We are going to go in here. We're going to grab the bottom here on this fib, and we are going to run it to the top here and see. Oh, actually,
ask permission, Piper. Goodness.
I don't need to ask permission. I can do what I want.
If you're going to grab the bottom?
I'm going to grab the bottom. I'm retired now, man. The only woman I'm around that often enough to do something like that is my wife. So, yeah, I would watch for the golden pocket here coming off of this high to the low. Grabbing the bottom here. If you want to go ahead and take a look at that, that's going to be coming in at about 0.063. So if we do have a rejection, I would think it's going to be the golden pocket. And if you take a look at when we were coming down here, that was where we tried to hold a support. Once we broke out of it here, we retested it and down she came. This looks like it's playing out perfect with the 382. The 50% has actually played out several times here. So yeah, I would watch. This is a good fib range for this. I would watch for 0.063 being the rejection point there on that on H bar. So there you go. There you go. Let's jump back. Broke time. Here we go. T-Shroom, it's been great, brother.
Gia S in the chat sliding in. So she's listening while she's walking the dog. I said, that's one lucky dog. Getting to listen to Piper while he's here for a limited time. So Piper, you excited
I'll be here
about Friday, my man?
I'll be here Friday. Running production back here and doing this with TA Tim. So, it's always fun when Tim and I get to do countering TA, because I could be like, well, I could see that. However, Tim, if we take a look at my charts, and he can't argue with me because I control the chart flipping. So,
it's true.
It's great.
It's true. Be nice to him.
No,
he's working.
I will. I know he is. He's slaying it over there at Hit Network, man. But hey, T-Shirt, it was great to do the show with you today. Thank you for taking a look at Amazon and making me feel like, yes, I made the right purchase choice. I appreciate everyone that has joined us. Be sure, check it in the link down below if you don't have Chart Prime, $1 for your first month. So there's your little shill of the day. And then tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., T-Shroom and THM are going to be back here giving you guys all the info you need so that you can invest safely in the market. Thanks for joining us today for Tactical Trades. I'm your host, Army Piper, filling in for TA Tim today, and very happy to have shared this show with T-Shroom. I will catch you guys over in the Discord. You can join that down below too. Until next time, trade safe, and as always, stay primed.